What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Geek Out. So today we're gonna continue our adventure into my geekness, throughout that we're gonna continue this timeline of my geek life and when different flavor came in my life and changed it for the better. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we continue with this episode. Um, just give me one quick second. There's a problem on the other side of that door. I'll be right back. You happy? All right, sorry about that. The cat. I'm hosting my parents' cat right there, here. What's up? What's up, dog? Right there. And the Roomba is going in the other room, and he was at the door, just wishing to come up. So here he is. This is this is my parents' cat. So we're gonna continue. Nice, I love it. All right, so we're gonna continue with what is no, sorry, I was with the housekeeping. So housekeeping. Last Thursday, I did an episode on Mass Effect 2, and very cool guest came on the chat. We had a wonderful time talking about Mass Effect 2 and everything, and basically, once again, we're gonna kind of update how Geek Out and Play and Geek Out will work together in the future. So basically, Geek Out is supposed to be my podcast to talk about like the games, the games or the technology that I love the most, and basically just spend an hour talking about it and why I love it, and forth and forth and so on and so on. What's the matter with you, boy? Man, you're noisy today, boy. Come here. Come here, big boy. Come here. Come on. All right. Come on. The big bad Roomba is. You're afraid? You're cool? Are you cool? So, so Geek Out is supposed to be that. And Geek Out and Play is supposed to be me playing the game that I love, but I turned it into that kind of that explory show. So I'm gonna try something uh, for the suitable future. So basically, I started on Thursday playing Mass Effect 2. I'm gonna keep playing that game. So basically, what I would like to do is combine Geek Out and Play and Geek Out in one coherent like stream of event. So basically, in Geek Out and Play, I go and play those games that I want to talk about on Geek Out. So they are fresh to my memories. I can replay those games, talk to you on the stream while I play if I'm playing. Because last Thursday, with Fallen God, I basically talked and I didn't even finish like the opening mission of the game. So I'm gonna play the game. So we're gonna start tomorrow with Geek Out and Play. Continue tomorrow with Geek Out and Play, and so my goal is to play those games. And at the end of the series, I do a Geek Out episode on that game, and then come back with Geek Out and Play with another game and play that game on Geek Out and Play. At the end, do a Geek Out episode. So I'm gonna play with those with that concept. We're gonna start with Mass Effect 2, see how it goes, see if it attract something. It definitely, like after that that interaction on Thursday after that show, I was blown away by the fun I had, just talking with the chat and like giving my opinion on the game. So I finally kind of understand exactly the kind of show I want to do. It's playing those games that I love, and that I love to play again and again and again, and just go do that, and giving my reason why I love these games so much at the end of the process. So we're gonna try that with Mass Effect 2. We're gonna see how it goes into the future, but that is something I want to explore, and we're gonna start that tomorrow with Geek Out and Play. All right, welcome back in my Geekness. So last time we talked about basically my youth that was very, very influenced by mainly movies, TV, and like kind of manga, comic book, graphic novel from Europe. So that is really, really nice. But I haven't talked much about video game, and that is kind of what we are talking about here. What's up, dog? Do you wanna just go to sleep, bro? Not sleep, but come on. Yeah, I love you too. You're awesome. You're fluffy. You're cool, but stay still. God damn it. Stay still. Come on, man. All right, so yeah, video game. Basically, the reason why is video game took a big part of my life later on. Like they were always part of my life. I'm born in '87, so that right in the middle of the NES life cycle. And I received my NES probably at the age of 4 or 5, between 4 and 6. I received my NES. After that, I went with the Genesis. After that, I went with the N64, PlayStation 1. Had a Game Boy also at the beginning, but it was my Pokemon machine. Um, so between 87 and basically 99, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be the era of my Nintendo Genesis N64, PlayStation 1. PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 will come later on. But if I want to start with my gaming, it doesn't start at Nintendo. It will start, if my memory serves me right, it will start with a game that I had to install on 7. Like, God damn it, I don't know the term in English, but diskette, basically the floppy disk. Thank you. Oh my god. Um, I don't know if it is the floppy. It wasn't the big one. It was the regular one. And it was a game called Raptor, where you pilot. It's a basically a up shooter, where you just move on the map and everything. But it was like you were this kind of military jet, and you would go around with that. You had to install the game yourself. There were no install software. You had to go in and type d two dot dash dash ex da all that jazz. It was really cool. I was lucky that my both my parents were working in um, like with technology and computers. So like I always had the working computer of my parents in my house. So I learned very, very quickly. My mom was had like one of the first cell phone generation, the like not the first generation, but the Motorola brick with like the 6 foot antenna and stuff. My mom had that, so I was kind of like born into this realm at a early age. It was really cool. So it mostly by computer with things like Adibu and stuff like that. I remember in elementary school on the computer we would have a game like Escape the Castle or the Oregon Trail. Um, Also, like I'm trying to find this game so badly for so many years, but basically you play a red ball, but you seems to be eating the inside of a computer, and like as you go you have to evade the traps and stuff like that, and you have to eat every like parts of the computer. It was really really cool. That was what we had in elementary school. Um, so I'm kind of like I kind of don't know what came first. Like, was I already playing a little bit on PC when my Nintendo arrived, or was it kind of the opposite? But all that story to say that both PC and console gaming will be part of my life, going up and down each other. Like some part of my life I would be only PC, almost no console, and other time like mostly now. Well, yeah, I say that, but it has changed in the past 6 months. But like in the past years, I've been more console. In my teenage year, I was a little bit more PC, and as a kid, it was really half and half, because it was not a big part of our life. So if you look behind me, um, you see basically the collection of my console. The only one missing there, it's a Super Nintendo that I bought later on in my life. Didn't have the Super Nintendo at launch. I basically went the Genesis route, and I had so much fun. I bought myself a secondhand Super Nintendo with a bunch of games later on after '99. Um, and there will be a very, very nice story about it. Um, so yeah, if you look at my collection, you see my Nintendo, my N64, and everything on that side. Basically, what you don't see much, it's games. Um, Basically, at that time, in those years, we wouldn't buy like the even the Nintendo was like my Nintendo, but it was the family game console. So the game console was not in a private room or downstairs in the playroom or something. No, it was in the living room, and it was something that we would do and play as a family. With my dad, I would go and play tank. With my sister, we would go around and play Mario and play not Ducktail, but just the shooting range, the orange gun over there. Um, like it was a thing for special evenings and stuff like that. So on the weekend, we would like if we received game like at Christmas or birthday and stuff like that, it would be mostly a Mario game or a Zelda game, and that went on. Uh, that trend was true both for the Nintendo and um, um, and the N64 later on. Um, yeah. So where I'm going with that? What's up, boy? You wanna? Now you wanna go? All right. There you go, buddy. You're good. You're good. All right. So so yeah, so it was a family thing. It was Tetris. It was those kind of things. Those kind of game mostly. So that's why I don't have a big collection of NES or SNES or even my N64. because we wouldn't buy much game at that time. Now I'm trying as much as I can to buy every game that come out, but even now, even more so now, I have to make choices on what I want to buy and not buy. And those choices, my parent would make them. Instead of buying games, we would go on vacation, we would travel and stuff like that. So the gaming was really different. We were more like even when the Nintendo was at my home, I would go and watch instead of like turning the Nintendo on Saturday morning. Sometime I would go and most of the time I would go and watch my cartoon, watch my movies, watch my Disney's and stuff like that. So at that time, like very very young, Nintendo, Genesis, same things. And the Genesis even more so because we would buy the game from Midway for Disney. So it was the Lion King, Aladdin. We would buy, of course, the Sonic. Like everything has to be cartoon to go on the console, and everything was or rent or something that I would try over the weekend, or a friend that would bring his cartridge, and we would play something different. But NES and Genesis mostly cartoon family games, tie-in to a movie games. That was what we loved to play. The DuckTales, Mario 1, 2, 3, loved them all. I love those games. The first Zelda, oh god, I love the original Zelda. It's such an amazing game. Um, I was lucky because my cousin had the Super Nintendo while I had the Genesis. So with my cousin, I would go and play my three favorite game on the Super Nintendo console, which are the Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3. I love them all. I love them to death. These are the game that I never owned that I played the most. It these games are a blast. I play them everywhere I could. Every chance I get, like every time I would go to my cousin for a party or whatsoever, I was like, hey man, can I play Donkey Kong? Obviously I didn't speak like that when I was 10, 11 years old, but it is funny nonetheless. So yeah, so that was the childhood of the console. That's why it's weird that I'm so addicted and attached to this medium now, because it wasn't what struck me as a kid. Like I talked to a lot of people of my age, and it's like, oh yeah, what's your first memory of the game? Oh man, I remember this and this, and it kind of brand them for the rest of their life. For me, movie, TV was more that influence, and video game, it came later in a very very different way. So if my youth was marked by movie, and it was adventure after adventure and discovery after discovery, uh, video game until 99. So basically, why 99? It's because it's when I got into high school. It was my first year of high school. So now we are 1999 to 2009. Two big date for me, 10 years of difference, and 10, like you're gonna see basically the shift that will go on between basically I go to high school, I'm 12 years old, and in 2009 I was 22, basically still in school, but starting my career. So 2009 and later on will come in the next episode. Right now we're gonna talk about video game starting in 1999. So if between 87 and 99 I was mostly driven by movie, TV, cartoon, a lot and a lot and a lot of cartoon. I was a very articulate, a very expressive kid, and a little bit lonely. I won't get into the detail, but I was like very uh, capable of having fun by myself, creating stories with the many toys that I had. Started going from the Ninja Turtle to GI Joe to mummies, Batman's, name it, everything that could fight in a big arena of 40, 50 toys was welcome. Like basically, if you take a look at the show The Toys That Made Us, I think I have more like than three quarter of those episodes that were toys that I played with. Um, it's really nice. It was very sentimental to watch that show. So if my early days were driven by movies and TV, the next 10 years could not be more different. Um, so basically, what transpired into high school was that it is like outside influence, like when you really open yourself to what is out there, like opening yourself, not opening you to the world, but opening yourself to uh, let the world in. It is awesome. So my first year of high school was a nightmare, like just purely nightmare. It was not a good time. Uh, it it's there is no good memories in those years. Uh, I Let's just move on. 2000. Hey, 2000 was awesome. The world exploded. Basically, there was that big thing, and probably none of you were alive when that happened. But basically, we had the 2000 bug. That was really really nice. Everybody panicked over a date that changed in the computer, and we all became zombie. So you're living with zombies from for the past 30 years. Sorry about that. Spoiler alert. So no, so basically nothing happened in 2000. The world was as it was before, but it would soon and very rapidly become different. Um, at that time, where's my mouse? I just want to check something. Let's check PlayStation, PS1. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if by that time I had the PlayStation 1, but I'm pretty sure I had. So the year before, I think or in 1999 or in 2000, I bought myself my first console. Yay, work all summer, and bought myself probably with some financial aid from my parents, bought myself my N64 with Super Mario and Mario Kart, I think, and that was a very very nice thing to have at home. That is the console where basically we understood as a family and as a group of friends how video game can bring people together. The N64 was a very transformative console for me. It transformed me. It transformed my ability. It had at the transformation of my ability to make friends. It was the catalyst of the friendship that would start in 2001, 2002, and some of those friendship last today still. It is very very nice, a very nice console, and um, like I said, at this time, uh, it was still like we would buy the big game, we would buy the big franchise game attached to a movie. So of course, every Mario and Zelda game came into the console. Ocarina of Time, of course, every Mario sports party, name it, they were all there. All Mario parties, all sports. Tennis is my favorite. I love Mario Tennis on the 64. I think it's the best Mario Tennis. I will defend that title. Um, it was GoldenEye. It was the game that every kid of the neighborhood would come to my house, and it would like, oh, let's play that, and let's play this, and let's play that, and let's play this after. Um, and the PlayStation came in my life not long after. For the PlayStation, it was weird. As fan of the PlayStation as I am today, PlayStation 1 was not my main console because basically my PlayStation 1 was battling against um, my N64 for like basically it was another party console. It was mostly mainly actually it was basically just that. But yeah, my PlayStation was my Tony Hawk machine. Sorry about that. But yeah, basically my PlayStation 1 was my Tony Hawk machine, and it was my console that I would play on the weekend, where I would go and rent games. So of course I played Final Fantasy 7, 8, love the 8, hated the 7 at first. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. I didn't come from the Nintendo and Super Nintendo era of PlayStation. I discovered Final Fantasy 7 at first. It was very, very, very difficult game for a 10 to 12, 13-year old boy that doesn't speak nor English nor Japanese. So that's the reason why these games um, like don't mark me. My PlayStation was my other cartoon console. It was Ratchet. It was man, I'm so sorry. Ratchet and Clank. It was Crash. It was Spyro. Later on, PlayStation 2 would just reaffirm all this. But yeah, it was basically PlayStation was the prolongation. I don't know how to say that. Like it was the extension to my N64, but it has also to battle against the computer because at the end of the 90s, like just before, like just in 1999, like at the end of the 90s and at the beginning of the 2000, there were that one company. Now it's basically just a goddamn like I don't want to talk about it. But in these days, they were the king. They were Blizzard North. They were the maker of Diablo, of Warcraft. Yeah, Warcraft, human and orcs. Yeah, my friend. They were the maker of StarCraft. I was a big fan of my on my computer of game like Age of Empire. Yes, 1, 2. Yes, God, I love those games. The computer was the serious gaming machine. Um, and the two game that were the most influential, especially between 99 and 2009, were Diablo 2 and Counter Strike. And when I say Counter Strike, I'm not saying Go. I'm not saying I don't know what it is right now, but whatever. It's not Source. It's not blah blah blah. It was Counter Strike patch 1.3. That is my entry point to Counter Strike. And I played Counter Strike in a semi competitive, like I would go on some serious channel over there. My best friend was way better than me. I was a sucker, but I loved that game. The only reason why I played at such like an amateur level, pro amateur, I don't know, I never it's because I just played too much. Like it was sucking my time every time. I played this game in and out. I loved Counter Strike. I loved that game so much. It was my. I wake up early to play before going to school to come back and rush my homework to play until it was way past my bedtime to go to sleep, wake up early and play Counter Strike. That was the rhythm of Counter Strike. It was like what I love about the high school, like the end of my high school and the era in which it placed itself were the LAN party. I mean, today is awesome. You can game, like you can just take your mic, put your microphone like that, take your headphones, and you can play with, well, basically if you play battle royale you can play with 100 player right there right now, 100 player from all around the world. You can play with them. At that time that doesn't really exist. It did, but it wasn't that easy. uh, so what you would do when you wanted to play like Warcraft 3 for like hours on end with your friends, and not everybody has a, not even high speed, I don't want to say high speed internet, but like if you had cable internet, you were, oh man, you were the bomb. But like nobody wants to play, nobody wants to be in the middle of a 3 against 3 orcs battle and your mom pick up the phone and the game goes to shit. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So what we would do, well, we would take the 10-foot long table in my parent dining room and bring our computer over. Now, I just want to clarify something with you kids. We are in 2002. No, yeah, 2001, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? These are the years. Flat screen, eh. Laptop, not really. No, no, no. Bring your DS home? Nah, nah, that doesn't work no either. Ah, man, bring your Switch over? No. Do you want to bring your console? How did you have them? No, it was a computer that you would bring. And it would be a fucking big tower. That's not bad. Like, towers haven't changed. Like, if you have a tower, you know what a computer tower look like. Beside that, at that time, they were two colors, black or that kind of beige, like that kind of gray that turned to yellow because like your uncle smoked way too much in the house. Yeah, that's the kind of computer. They were compact or HP or yeah. That was the time. But the biggest thing is you had to bring your computer. You had to bring your screen. Okay. And it wasn't, again, like I said, it wasn't a 24-inch flat screen TV curved that way. Like, yeah, no. We would organize with skateboard and bikes to go do the round in the neighborhood to help each other bring these massive, like 19-inch. Yeah, that makes sense. Like 19, 20-inch, maybe smaller a little bit. But that was the screen. Like the screen, it was big like that, but the back, that was a block, fucking block. That was fucking a ton. Like we would bring that. It would take basically for us to be able to play all night. It would take us the whole afternoon just plugging everything, making sure the modem is in like the router is in the middle, everybody is plugged in, so you have cable everywhere, everywhere. Basically, you have two cable for the screen that goes into the computer. Okay, you have from the computer goes to the power. Then you have the Ethernet cable that goes into the router so everybody can connect together. So that doesn't seem much, but that's one computer. Only one computer. You have four on one side of the table and four on the other side of the table. That was a big night. That was a big night. Usually we would be more like three, like 6 person, but sometimes 8 computer on the table. That table was a rock. That table was a fucking marble. But yeah, these were what I'm missing the most about that era of gaming. Just like the sheer madness of going, like, all these boys going from one house to the other, picking up the computer, bring it to my house, start plugging it. Two guys goes to the other house. Luckily for us, we were all living like maybe in a, I would say 5 to 6 blocks radius, but still, it was really really nice. It was a nice era, and basically the N64 and the PlayStation One were the complementary side of my gaming addiction on PC at that time. Diablo 2, like, it was the same thing. Diablo 2, I've put so much time and effort and love into that game. Still today, one of my favorite and most memorable game of all time. I remember waiting in line for the midnight release of the expansion. Can't remember the fucking name of the expansion. Oh, are you kidding me? Lord of Terror. So, yeah, what is Diablo 2 expansion before the internet start killing me right now? Yeah, Lord of Destruction. Okay, cool. Phew. I am alive. Yeah, I remember waiting in line to go get this game. Yeah, that was my favorite game as a kid. Diablo 2 was the shit. Uh, and yeah, so after that, just by the end of that era, and the end of my high school, there was this little teeny game that came out. So I already told you that basically Counter Strike, Diablo 2, StarCraft, Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 were the game that I would put the most energy and time in, that I would share with my friend and everything. So one day we were all in the basement at my home, waiting for the launch of a very, very, very important cinematic video game presentation of my life. And that presentation was World of Warcraft. Of course it was. 2004, World of Warcraft came, conquered, and like just put a hellstorm in our life. I would, of course, buy World of Warcraft in 2004 on launch. I would try for many weeks to connect, finally get my character in, went on and make myself, my first character was a hunter. I When I put it up to level 40, took me about 6 months. I was pissed. This game was fucking difficult. I gave up. My friends went on, my best friend especially, this guy went on and just crushed World of Warcraft as a concept, like just went on and crushed it. So he played the original one, mastered many levels, 60 character, became a champion of PvP, gathered all the badges and armor, and became the baddest of the baddest. Then came the Burning Crusade, just again, did it again, like just took the Burning Crusade and here you go, Burning Crusade are over. He tried to bring me back in the Burning Crusade. I was like, nah, man. And then 2008 come on, and the Lich King arise, and that was the beginning of the end for me. I played World of Warcraft uh, like instinctively, like very very hardcore from Lich King to the end of Cataclysm. Cataclysm, is it that? Just want to make sure. World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft expansions list. Just want to make sure I'm not crazy. List. Okay, so basically, I came back with Wrath of the Lich King. Oops, sorry, my bad. Oh boy, that must have hurt your ears. So sorry about that. So yeah, so Wrath of the Lich King, I came on in. Cataclysm did it from top to bottom. Mist of Pandaria did it from top to bottom. So basically, Mist of Pandaria was the last. Like, Warlord of Draenor is the last expansion that I bought. But Mist of Pandaria was very the last expansion that I did, top to bottom. Did the dungeon, did the raids, boosted my character to the maximum I could bring him, and after that it was sporadic play. I would buy for a while. I would go and buy like 3 months card, so I wouldn't play more than that. Warlord of Draenor came. I bought Warlord of Draenor, did the story of Warlord. Like I did, like I brought my character up to the level, and after that it was like I brought my main to the level, and that was it. But and like Legion barely played, and I don't intend to go into the Shadowland. Uh, World of Warcraft, like if I want to be honest with myself, I would call it my favorite game, uh, but it's not. It is the game. It is the game that I've put the most hour and money in my life. That is a fact. That is the complete truth. I love to that World of Warcraft. If World of Warcraft tomorrow would become free, I would just go and replay World of Warcraft, like, and just start new character. That's what I love about this. I love, like, yeah, it's cool to bring my level, I don't know what level, priest to into the dungeon, but I love these early 0 to level 30 level. I love that branch when you get to 80. Like there's so much to love about World of Warcraft, and that game was my baby. It was my drugs. I had basically my story of World of Warcraft is I in 2004 bought World of Warcraft. That's my account number one. Account number one. Played on that account, close it. My level 40 is there. Never talk to him again. After that, when Wrath of the Lich King came in, one of the options that was really cool, and that's the reason why I came back in, was that friend link. Basically, if a friend send you an invite to World of Warcraft and you buy the game plus the expansion, you are linked together. So when you play with that friend, you both make more experience, but you have to be grouped with that friend for it to work. So, but account number two, but the like you cannot buy only Wrath of the Lich King. You have to buy the original game. So I bought for the second time Warcraft, first time Burning, and first time Rat. We play blah 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 blah. We play extensively, like me and my friend, for like 2 months. We play, but we notice that something is wrong, and after the 2 or 3 months, blah blah blah, it cuts, and we're like, oh shit, there was a time limit on it, but we never we thought that every time I played by myself, I would get the experience boost, and every time you would play, we didn't know we had to play together, and we didn't know about the time limit. So that's 3 months of World of Warcraft that I basically just swoop, but another base game, another Burning Crusade, another Wrath of the Lich King. Redo the process. So he invite me. We are linked, and that is the account that I still have today. It has seen many, many, many character risen to be erased and then restart, and because this is the things that we love to do, my friend, my best friend and I, we played this account, we played that account for many, many years now. I missed my old account because there were many, many days on that account before I rebought it. Of course, now my main character has many, many days, but I had a lot and a lot and a lot of time on that second account, if you want to, before I rebuy the whole thing, the whole shebang, and start over again. But God, like, I wouldn't have spent that much money if that game wasn't the game that it is, and I love it so much. And the reason why I love World of Warcraft was the reason why I loved in the past Ultima Online. I would play with my friend, and we would just go on adventure and stuff like that. Like, this is basically what will come after um, what will come basically after 99 and 2004 and so on, um, will be because of World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is the most influential game in my life. That one and Counter Strike. Well, Half Life one that I skipped over. I don't know why. Half Life and the original Counter Strike, and after that, um, World of Warcraft will be a big, big one. I will stop there for today, guys. It's a little bit early, I know. And I'm not done with the year, so I'm still in high school right now. We're still having fun. Well, I'm not in high school anymore because I talked about World of Warcraft, so I'm kind of by the end of the year, by the end of the time, but there's still much to discuss in terms of video game because, of course, between 99 and 2009, there was the launch, there was the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 that came. So next time I'm gonna go over the console and see the start of the influence over there. But today you had a good deal, a little bit of what came, how important computer in general and the N64 and the PlayStation 1 were as a kid and especially a teenager. How it glued um, all my friends together at that time. So thank you very much, guys, for being here. Tomorrow we will come back with Geek Out and Play and Mass Effect 2. The next episode, the next Geek Out episode will be next Monday. See you guys later. Love you all.